Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Clutch Trick Gaming. Today we are going to be building one of my favorite cars of all time, the Lancia or Lancia, depending on what part of the world you're from, Stratos. I love this little car. It's been a favorite, or I guess you'd say a fan favorite for rally enthusiasts for eons, and it just has that really cool late 70s, 80s exotic supercar type look to it, as well as being an off-road monster. So let's take this thing out for a quick joyride and then swing it in the garage, build it, paint it, and race it. Stay tuned. So I was a little bit surprised. I really don't know a lot about the Lancia Stratos, other than I like it and it's used in off-road rally racing, or used to be anyhow. And I didn't realize that these were just a two-wheel drive vehicle. I, for some reason, was thinking it was naturally all-wheel drive by the way it looks and by the use that it has and the name it has. So I was a little surprised when I found out on here that it's two-wheel drive. Of course, we're going to change that. And I think the build route we're going to take with this car is going to be another one of my playground game tunes. So the car is going to be built to be able to handle extremely well, but to perform well mostly in the playground tunes. So that's going to be the direction of our tune anyhow. But our build is just going to be for maximum horsepower. So initially here, this Stratos is nothing too spectacular. Just kind of looks cool. I feel like I'm driving a toy car, but it's really not. It's really not that fast, and handling is, yeah, it's whatever. It's nothing special. So let's run back up here to our Horizon Festival and go in and do a quick build on this thing. So here I am in the upgrade shop, and anytime I build a vehicle, I always go straight to the conversions and look for what there is to offer. Wouldn't necessarily do this in real life, but it gives me an opportunity to see what's available for the car in the game here. Looks like our maximum displacement, or largest engine we can go with, is a 4.5 liter V8. It's a pretty small V8, but for a car this size, it would be helpful. We're going to go ahead and go with that. As I stated before, I am going to convert this to all-wheel drive. And, oh wow, which do I want to go with? Turbos have the most horsepower, obviously. Centrifugal superchargers have their benefits. But in a game, I don't know that you can actually pick up on those benefits. So we're going to go with the twin turbo setup there. Now I'm going to go down here and just max out everything. I really wish when you changed exhaust on here, it would let you change the appearance of the exhaust tips, so you can actually see something there instead of just a stock appearing exhaust. Go to the brakes. It's always good to improve your braking on these cars. Don't think it shows it right here, but if you go and change brakes only and then go look at the weight of your vehicle, it's going to change. And actually the higher performance brakes are actually lighter weight. So here we go. I'm not sure if I'm going to use that cage or not. I love cages in cars, but we're going to build this to be used primarily in the playground games, and that means it's going to have to just be as quick and basically nimble. You want a vehicle that's just as nimble as it can be. So I'm going to lighten it up there. And now let's max out our drive line for maximum tunability. Tires, I always like to go with the off-road tires when I do these tunes for the playground games. The wheels, I think I actually kind of picked out the wheels the other day. Look at this. I found a wheel. If you notice, you see our stock wheels here. There's a wheel that is really popular with a lot of people. This one right here. It's very similar to stock style, but it still gives us the opportunity for one to have a nice deep dish look. But now we can play around with our size, which, whoa, that looks stupid. If I see anybody driving around in a Lancia Stratos with wheels like that on it, I believe I would have to report you to somebody, the police or something. I personally would not like to attack you. Well, no, I take that back. I would want to, if I see someone driving around in a Lancia Stratos with wheels on it like this, I would want to physically harm them in some degree. So we're going to go back and let's see. Well, stock is a 14-inch. We don't really want 14s. Let's go with the 16. And in the back, we'll go with the 17. Primarily just doing this for appearance. You know, I'm not really worried so much about the effect on performance right there. One thing that really is kind of sucky about this, Forza also has, I believe, an HE edition or Horizon edition of the Stratos, and that one you can do the lights and such on the front. This is just the regular 74 Stratos, and all you can do is this one little wing. It doesn't really offer you anything else, so a little bit downhearted about that. And then the rear, all you can do is this little lip on top of the wing. Not a big deal. I think it would be nice to be able to take the wing off altogether, or give me something just really radical. Alright, so we've done our conversion. We've topped out everything else. So this is the vehicle as far as parts. Let's view our basket. I'm going to be spending, whoa, 106,000 credits. That's big time. But for 106,000 credits, we're going to go from 190 horsepower to 914 horsepower, almost 1,000 horsepower in this little bitty car that we actually increased weight on. The only things I know I did here that would increase the weight would be the little bit of chassis stiffening that we did, and going from a 14-inch rim up to 16s and 17s. That gave us some weight, but it's going to help us out on our looks when we come back and paint the car. And of course, looks matters a lot. Also, adding the wing and air dam, it's going to add a little bit of weight. So let's go ahead and buy this. So just to give the car a good look while I'm painting it, I went into the tune setup and all I did was change the ride height. I dropped it all the way down as far as it would go. The car looks really cool like this. I know it's not going to function at its best for what I'd like to use it for with it down here. But if I decide to take this thing on road and cruise with it, we're probably going to go back and drop it. I'm not real sure how I want to paint this. Right now it's in the factory blue color, which I kind of like. But I always want to come up with my own clutch trick livery. So I may go real mild here and simply black out the windows, which is a must. Try to take these wheels, which I deliberately picked as a virtually factory appearing wheel or something very similar, and paint them in a factory color or very near factory color. So this gives the car a modified look, but it's a very subtle modified look. One of those cars where you maybe see it and you don't really know what it is that makes it different than stock. You can just tell it's just somehow different. It's just somehow you like it better. So if you've ever noticed a car like that at a car show or driving down the street or something, you're just like, what is it about that car? It's usually when somebody has done something very subtle but very tasteful and they just nailed it. What do we want to do with this wing? Carbon fiber maybe? Matte carbon fiber. I think I'm going to go with the matte carbon fiber here. Mirrors are not something we're allowed to paint. Let's see if it'll let us paint the hood just for fun. Yeah, you can, if you want to, you can come in here and paint the hood. Doesn't really work unless you want to do an actual race type livery. Oh, it even lets you use OEM colors. So we could do like a carbon fiber hood, carbon fiber wing. Don't really see the point in that for what I'm doing now. That's kind of cool looking. I may come back later and do a full-on livery. As for now, we're just gonna make this quick and dirty. So let's get out of here. So as part of my quick and dirty paint job here, I am going to throw on the channel name, at least Clutch Trick here, and give it some kind of a look. I'm not going to leave this pink. If you're worried, we're not going to stay pink with this, so don't fret. You think black? Think black maybe on here. Let's go with the black. Now I want to give this some depth and not just a plop. There's your logo. So I'm going to hit stamp and change our color. Maybe go with like a white, or I could even do a different shade of blue. Now I'm going to cut that light color and paste it beneath my black. I'm going to change the position of it, bump it down a bit and to the front a bit. And that gives me a little more depth, a little more detail. It's very subtle change there. And load one more group here. No, let's do my YouTube logo also. I really like to do much more elaborate liveries sometimes, but then sometimes cars just look good, just subtle like this right here. So before I take the Stratos out for its first spin, I'm going to make a few changes in the tunes, just kind of a rough tune. Going to run my tire pressure down. Actually, let's go all the way down with it. I'm going to take the gearing, I may leave it there and see how it does on the gearing. Going to run my caster angle down low. I like doing that to make the car a little less twitchy. Going to leave my sway bars, or anti-roll bars as they're called in the game, soft for more suspension motion with off-road. And then I'm going to run my ride height back up to where the suspension originally was set, since this is going to be tuned more for off-road. I'll leave the dampening the same. Aero, let's max that out. Braking, I think I'm going to, not there. I'm going to run my braking force, my pressure up some. And when I build my cars for playground games, one of the big changes I make is on the balance to my differential, as they call it here. You're actually changing the some places call it a PTU, or transfer case, the place where torque is transferred from front to rear, more or less, and how much you can apply that. So I like to run that more towards the front, and I do that so that I'm able in the playground games to be able to turn and have the car act almost like a front-wheel drive car, but you got a little benefit of the rear pulling as well. And I like to leave everything else a little bit loose to help me make those tight turns that you're going to have to make when you're playing Infected or King or something. So here we go. The car looks Looks good. I'm not in love with the livery, but it looks good enough to make it look like it means business. The wheels, we went with 16-inch in the front, 17-inch in the back. Deep dish wheels, aftermarket, but they have a factory appearance to them and factory color. I really do like how that works on the car. Also, the changes I made as far as paint goes, I kept the car stock color, but changed the rear wing from black to carbon fiber. Something you can't really see here, but once you know it, it's kind of in your mind, and you think you see it. So it gives the car more of a high-tech, up-to-date look, like someone took this classic car and updated it. Now, with almost 1,000 horsepower, the car performs remarkably different than it did a moment ago, and the car really handles well. Holy cow! This is just a rough tune, real rough tune. But I'm loving how it's handling already. Well, it would help if I watched the road. In fact, it would help a lot if I watched the road, because there's a cliff right here. So we did make this an all-wheel drive car. It's very lightweight and nearly 1,000 pounds. So this thing is, right now it appears to be just awesome. I love this. Let's blast around for a moment and then let's go do a quick playground game and see how the car does. So I just joined this session to try to find some people to play some playground games with me, and as soon as I come in, there's an event being created, and it turns out it's a drag race. So I just went ahead and joined the drag race with the Stratos here. Totally expect to get my butt kicked, but I like to play along and be a good sport and join just about everything that opens up. And yes, I'm getting destroyed right now, spectacularly destroyed. With my 1,000 horsepower car that only weighs 2,400 pounds, and I'm getting annihilated. But you know what? I'm looking good doing it. I love the Stratos. That ran 24.858 in the drag race. If I wanted to do some tuning, I could probably get that down to 20-second range, somewhere in that ballpark. But I'm not going to do that with this car. I'm not interested. We've got at least somebody that's willing to play infected with us. Great, we've got a handful of people here. And I'm not the infected one to start with. You know, something I noticed just there is maybe I turned up my braking pressure too much. So it really wanted to lock up on the asphalt just as soon as I tapped the brakes. And that's not good. You don't want to lock up and slide if you don't have to. Hello, Dr. Kush. You coming here? We play game. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I'm infected. Screw that. I messed up. I get cocky, and like I like to say, you get cocky, things get rocky. Wow, that was a big slide. Okay, I at least want to be the one to get this guy. You saw me coming. Maybe I should have warmed up first before filming this. You know, for 900 horsepower in a little car like this thing's actually not really that fast, I don't believe. Or maybe it's just that everybody on the planet has 900 horsepower in a little bitty car on this game. Oh, so close. I'm chasing them down, I'm chasing them down. Got him. Here we go with a game of King at the Airstrip Extra Large, and it looks like I am the king to start out. Where am I at? Where am I at? Okay. Oh no, oh no. Here we go. Now I did see at least one guy here, Blue Cougar 69. Play with him quite a bit. He's good. I'm going to have to stay away from him. Dr. Kush already getting cocky. He's going to come up here and get me. He's the one I messed up with a moment ago. Alrighty. Ah, got me, got me, got me. Who was it? Blue Cougar. Chasing you down. Someone's already got him. Okay, who's this? Steeltown Dave. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Oh, nice. Nice work getting around there and getting away from me. Bam! Gotcha. Now, Maya's the king. Where's everybody at? Probably not going to be able to outrun them. Not that Mustang anyhow. Oh, I hate when that happens. I lost King, but didn't even get touched. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? That's not him. There you are, but I got you. Oh, no, no, no. Get out the way, get out the way. There you go, just bump him out of the way. Let me have it. I think the Mustangs just got us outpowered. Oh no, so nearly had him. Down to 30 seconds. There's no way I could win, but we can put up a fight. Oh, he got me from the back there. Stay with him, stay with him. Alright, well there you've seen. I don't believe that the Lancia Stratos is quite the car I was hoping it would be for playground games. I do believe it handles fantastically. I think that it would be great for some of the rally racing and such. Every time I talk about how good it handles, I flip over. It's just not that fast when it comes to actual horsepower and being able to reel in other cars to chase them down for the gaming and such. But I do think it's a great race car. I love it. It's beautiful. And in the same token, I still have not come up with the magic tune that makes me win every playground game. I'm going to continue working on that. If you like this video, please press the like button. And I hope that you will also subscribe to the channel as we grow and be a part to see us continue. Thanks for watching and have a great day. Oh my word, I've just been attacked.